colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen.
Hello from New York, specifically Brooklyn. I am here on vacation and it's actually our second to last day here, our last full day here, but we are in Brooklyn today because I want to do some book shopping. We walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, had some pizza for lunch, got to see the cool viewpoint of the Manhattan Bridge, and now we are here shopping around for books. I just visited Books Are Magic, actually sitting in front of it now, and it was a really cool experience. I love seeing all of the staff recommendations on the little signs, and I picked up a few books which I will share with you. So first is actually a custom printed Bagoo by the store, which I could not resist. And I got this zine about growing food on New York fire escapes, and a signed copy of Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. The staff sign about the book really intrigued me. It sounds like a very interesting read, which I'm sure I won't be able to put down. And as a little bonus, each purchase gets you a free coffee at the coffee shop across the street, so we are going to do that. And then it'll be on to the Ripped Bodice, a store that specializes in romantic novels, which I'm very excited about. I'm back home now and let's talk about what I got. Going to the Ripped Bodice was such a special experience. I don't think I've ever been to a bookstore that was so organized and so curated, and it felt like so much love, I guess you could say, was put into every little aspect of it, from all the different categories of books to like the color coordination of all the books put together. It was just a very visually pleasing experience, and I was really giddy the entire time I was there. And also there are some very cute spots for photo taking there as well. And it was clear that everyone who was there was a fan of romantic novels, and I'm so glad I got to go. And of course, going meant that I ended up getting quite a few things, which I am very excited about. Now, a few of these books I intend to give to friends. I probably won't be reading them myself, but I'll share them with you anyways. So let's start off with the books that I got. First one to start with, not intended for me, intended to give to a friend, but who knows, maybe I'll be reading it in the future, is Pucking Around by Emily Rath. From reading the back cover, it is about a woman who ends up getting involved with a Playboy hockey player because she is his physical therapist. And I'm guessing that they either fall in love or lust with each other, but I could not resist the title, and knowing that my friends have also shown interest in other hockey related romances, I thought this would be a fun book for them to read. This is a pick for myself. It Had to Be You by Georgia Clark. This was in a section about books that all had to deal with weddings weddings, and I am a sucker for a good story that involves a wedding. As you may know, one of the books I'm currently working on writing also involves events of a wedding. The blurb on the back of this book has me particularly interested in it because it involves a wedding planning business and probably all the drama that goes along with it, and of course it is a romantic story, so I'm looking forward to the happily ever after in this. And this is another book for a friend, Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I know that one of my friends is a really big fan of her work, and when I saw that it's an autographed version of it, I thought why not get it for her, and I hope she enjoys it. I love the idea of this book about someone who is so involved in reading romantic stories herself and kind of her love story as she falls in love. I won't be reading this copy, but I think I will definitely read the digital version of it. And last but not least, possibly the thing I'm most excited about is a blind book date. I've heard of this concept many times, but I had never come across it. And when I saw that the Ripped Bodice had a whole selection of blind book dates, I just had to pick one up for myself. If you don't know what a blind book date is, it is basically a book that is totally wrapped up. You don't know what the book is, and there is usually a description on the front which either describes the book, or sometimes I've heard that there's just like genres attached to the wrapped up book, or just something that's kind of vague about the description of the book. So I will read you the one that I ended up picking out. I'm a bisexual in Brooklyn, just trying to get by. She has been mysteriously stuck on the Q train since the 70s. I would gladly ride with her until the end of the line. Some other blind books I saw involved things like descriptions of going on vacations, not being able to speak the same language as someone else that they were rooming with, I believe, and other interesting plot lines, but I decided to get this one because it had a handwritten sticker, and also I know it kind of defeats the purpose, but I have a feeling I know what book this is, and if this isn't the book, that's okay. But I believe it is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. So I'm gonna open this up and let's see what it is. And my guess was right. So I'm very excited to read this one. I'm glad it's the book that I thought it was, but maybe I should have been more adventurous and picked out another book. But if I come across another blind book date, I will do that then. I've had this book recommended to me multiple times, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. That's it for all the books that I got there. And the other stuff I got is just some fun little book related goodies. The first one being this t-shirt that I am currently wearing. It is a Ripped Bodice t-shirt. I couldn't resist getting a t-shirt for myself to wear. It's very soft and comfortable. And I also got myself a bookmark of the Ripped Bodice. I thought this was just so cute that it's actually a bodice, and for all these books I've got, I could use another bookmark. These are not for me, though maybe I should have gotten myself one, but I kind of forgot. They had a whole bunch of booked themed candles, especially for the romance genre. There were candles that had scents dedicated to different tropes. There are candles that are dedicated to different kinds of characters, and there are also candles dedicated specifically just to certain romantic book characters. So these are for two of my friends who are fans of Fourth Wing and A Court of Thorns and Roses, because they supposedly smell like two of the love interests from both of these book series. So the first one we have is Xaden, and the other one we have is Cassian. I hope they enjoy smelling them. All of the candles I smelled great. I thought it was really fun. I've never seen candles like this before, so I had to pick them up for them. And finally, something that I had to get, which I'm sure I'll make good use of, is this checklist of 50 romance novels to read. It's a collaboration between the Free Period Press and the Ripped Bodice. Basically, it is a huge checklist of 50 romance novels to read from all different kinds of genres. And I wanted to get this because I thought it would be a great way to explore different books in the genre that I have not experienced before. And I was quite surprised to see that I have only read one book on this entire list so far, so I've got a lot of books to work through. The only book I've read on the list is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and I can see that One Last Stop is also on this list, so maybe that'll be the first one involved on here, but I'm excited to work my way through this, and I love how on the back it's just got a whole bunch of different facts about romance novels. So yeah, I'll probably pin this up somewhere to remind myself to read all these books. And that is it for everything that I got at the Ripped Bodice. It was truly such an experience, as was Books Are Magic, two very lovely bookstores that I hope to go back to in the future. Overall, our trip to New York was a big success. We were only there for a week, but we got to do and see so many things, and it all went by so fast. I definitely want to go back in the future. It was really special being able to go on a trip to celebrate my 30th birthday with just me and my husband, and just getting to spend time together doing all of the things we could possibly do in New York. And even though we didn't get to do everything, we still got to see a lot. I got to go to the Nintendo store, and if you know, I am a huge Nintendo fan, especially of The Legend of Zelda, and I got to meet my biggest hero in real life. I got to meet Link, and just getting to walk around the entire city, going to the Empire State Building, visiting museums, seeing paintings in real life that I thought I'd never see, getting to enjoy bagels and pizza and all this delicious food in New York, getting to go to these two amazing bookstores, and just so many other things I'm probably forgetting. It was a really special trip, and I was just so in the moment enjoying it. I didn't do too much vlogging, but I'm glad I at least got to document this visit to the two bookstores, because it was definitely a highlight of the trip. Let me know if you have any bookstores that you love in your city, or any bookstores that you've gone to visit yourself. And you can also let me know if you're reading anything interesting. I'm always looking for new book recommendations. Thank you so much for watching and for spending some time with me. I make other videos about my writing, sometimes about what I'm reading, and just life in general. So if you're interested, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot if you left me a like. But until next time, bye!